The 4th of July has finally arrived and it's time to talk about the BLEACH 1000 Year Blood War panel at Anime Expo 2025. Now we've had no BLEACH anime news since the end of December when we had the teaser trailer released for 1000 Year Blood War Call for the Calamity. But at Anime Expo we've had some insane reveals along with a key visual that was leaked early and so much more. Be sure to stick around until the very end of the video as I'll be talking about every single thing that was revealed at the 1000 Year Blood War panel. If you've been following the channel, you'll know that today at 4:45 PM LA time at Anime Expo, there was a BLEACH panel and it showcased exclusive content. It also featured special commentaries and exciting new announcements about the final part of the 1000 Year Blood War arc. During the panel, there was an opportunity for attendees to play an interactive quiz and to win some awesome BLEACH prizes. Now at Anime Expo, there was quite a huge BLEACH presence, especially at the Hulu booth, as you can see here. So we've got all of these skyscrapers with these cutouts of the different BLEACH characters. There's Ichigo there, Uryu, and even the Naruto characters behind them. Then this massive board of Ichigo here as they promote the 1000 Year Blood War anime. There was also this artwork of the Quincy here, Yuho back there with the different swords. So Ichigo's dual-wielding Zangetsu, Yamamoto's Bankai Zanpakuto, and even Ichigo's full-bring Shikai Zanpakuto. There are some more Zanpakuto on the right there with Uryu cut out too. And then there was also a ton of merchandise that was revealed at the event, along with these amazing Masterpiece figures. And then we have the artwork for Core 4 of the 1000 Year Blood War arc. This was revealed to us way back at the end of December. So yeah, this is the kind of material that they are giving away at Anime Expo in order to promote the final core of the BLEACH anime. So yeah, just a ton of merchandise, a lot of things for people to enjoy, as Hulu were playing a massive part in promoting the 1000 Year Blood War anime. Now, 24 hours before the 1000 Year Blood War panel, there were some leaks that had happened. So the key visual for Core 4 was actually leaked, and on this key visual it clearly says 2026 on air. The Core 4 key visual is very similar to the Core 1 visual, but here they did release a month as the teaser, so 2022 October it will be on air. The Core 2 key visual was a totally different design, but then the Core 3 key visual goes back on trend, and similar to the Core 4 visual, they only write 2024 on air. So yeah, the Core 4 visual features Ichigo in his Horn of Salvation form. This is a major spoiler here that they have revealed, and as I was predicting, the final core of the anime isn't going to be releasing in 2025, it will be sometime next year. There have been a ton of predictions, people are saying that it could be spring, summer, but I for one believe that it's most likely going to be releasing in October of 2026. I personally want the anime staff to have as much time as possible in order to make the final core perfect, especially since over 50% of it is going to be anime original content. So yeah, I'm super impressed with this key visual, really happy with it. Not too long after this, we did also get some remarks from Kubo and the anime staff about Core 4 in particular. So Kubo says, "I'm sure that many of our fans have been wondering, will Core 4 be broadcast this year?" Kubo says that he is sorry to say that it has been postponed until next year. So it seems like the plans were to initially release Core 4 in 2025. Kubo adds that please wait just a little longer until next year. I believe we will be able to complete it as a great work. Now these are some really reassuring words and some confidence from Kubo that fans should be super excited for the final part of the BLEACH anime. We also had comments from Tomihisa Toguchi, and he states that at this point he has nothing more to say, so he urges fans to look forward to Core 4 as he tells them to please pay close attention to the final chapter. So he is of course referring to the final core of the anime. So some interesting words come from Hikaru Murata, who is also a director of the Core 4 anime. He says that he apologizes for the long wait for 1000 Year Blood War's final season, and every day he feels fans' powerful excitement and questions about how key scenes will be depicted. He says that he wants to surpass fan expectations as the entire staff is working hard together. His closing comments are that details cannot be shared yet, but the key word for the final core of the BLEACH anime is simply resolution. This was all of the information that was leading up to the big 1000 Year Blood War panel at Anime Expo 2025. There was a ton of excitement as it was confirmed that the anime isn't coming this year but in 2026. So now let's dive into all of the information that was revealed during the 1000 Year Blood War panel. So as you know, the BLEACH 1000 Year Blood War panel was not live streamed, so our coverage of the event is coming directly from the Weebs Guild over on Twitter. So based on his tweets, the panel has pretty much begun as usual as they're showing off different BLEACH merch. They're also showing a recap trailer of the previous 1000 Year Blood War seasons. So yeah, like Weebs Guild says, it's a standard start to the 1000 Year Blood War panel at Anime Expo. They also showed off the various BLEACH figures figures from McFarlane Toys. Then following this, they showed the new Ichigo 1000 Year Blood War DLC trailer for Rebirth of Souls, and like Weeb's Guild says, interestingly enough, they included the Horn of Salvation form within the trailer, which they had shown to all of the attendees. They also showcased these all new Bleach Union Arena trading cards. Now following this, they've started to show some really interesting things as we get an interview between Taguchi and Murata as they explain to the attendees in the interview video what it is that they do. So in the interview, Taguchi says that their first goal was to make an extremely high quality anime, and that's how they had started the production of the 1000 Year Blood War arc. So Murata speaks about the production of Core 3 as he says that the anime staff had tried to keep the atmosphere cool, and they identified key parts of the manga and manga panels, and they tried to emulate the feeling that the manga had given off within the anime. Taguchi adds that they felt that they needed to surpass the visuals that people are used to seeing in modern times with all of the new anime that are being released. Murata also says that they still wanted to treasure and guard what had been built previously, as they say that more than a decade has passed since the original Bleach anime had ended. In the 1000 Year Blood War anime, there are a lot of flashbacks, so they use the footage that they could pull directly from the original series in order to keep the memory of the old Bleach anime alive. Taguchi speaks about aspects of the manga like the color and sound, and these are areas of the production where the anime staff could take the initiative. Murata speaks about how they had put a lot of effort into creating the backgrounds and with the image processing, as he believes that they might have asked for too much at some points of the Bleach anime production, but overall the end result of Core 3 was executed extremely well. Taguchi comments upon the anime exclusive battle between Uryu and Ichigo in episode 30, as he states that he is particularly proud of it and it turned out better than he had expected. Also, Nemu and Mayuri versus Pernida, that fight in particular according to Taguchi had a sense of completeness to it. According to Weeb's Guild, behind Taguchi and Murata there appears to be an impressive collection of Bleach figures, and there's a panel open of Yhwach stabbing Aizen's chest, which is open right behind them. As we've predicted across all of my coverage of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime, Taguchi has confirmed that Core 4 The Calamity will have more anime original scenes than the previous parts. Murata says that he cannot speak about what will be included and where it will be included, but they've talked a lot with Kubo about all of these additional scenes, so he tells everybody to please look forward to them. Then reference drawings are shown of Urahara's Bankai and Yoruichi's God of Thunder form. Both were pre-approved and supervised by Kubo himself, and these images we have seen previously during a live program in Japan where these designs were showed off. I think this was back in February or March of this year. Murata speaks about how this signals the final part of the Bleach 1000 Year Blood War anime and the last of the Bleach anime series tied to the original manga work. He says that they are working very hard and doing their very best, as he tells everybody to please look forward to it once again. So following the interview, a break happens in the panel as they are now giving away prizes for various different interactive contests. So after all of the prizes were given out, more videos are played as we have an interview now with Masashi Kudo, the character designer for the 1000 Year Blood War anime. Kudo explains that he drew a lot of art prior to joining the Bleach anime production, and Kubo himself had taken a liking to his Orihime artwork, and that's how he ended up becoming the character designer for the Bleach anime. I'm guessing that this was way back in the early 2000s. Kudo also talks about how he loves to draw con for Bleach 1000 Year Blood War, and he also mentions that in the original Bleach anime where all of these stuffed animals come together to sing was a lot of fun to draw. He's probably referencing Bleach opening 6 here, and this image here, you can literally hear it, is that iconic. So this is really interesting what Kudo says here. So with the anime original scenes before Core 4, so Kubo had these scenes planned out within his mind, and the anime staff had then adapted Kubo's interpretation into the anime. Now, a lot of anime additional scenes will occur again in Core 4, but there will be some new aspects along with some new discoveries that nobody has seen before. So once again, Kudo is reassuring fans to please look forward to Core 4 of the anime. So there we have it. Weeb's Guild has confirmed that the panel has shown off the red Horn of Salvation key visual, which I'd shown you earlier in the video. So yeah, part 4 has been confirmed to be streaming in 2026. And yeah, this artwork comes directly from Masashi Kudo, as he says that he's really excited for the end of the anime, and he tells fans to please enjoy this special something that he has created for them, as then yeah, the key visual of that red Ichigo Horn of Salvation art is shown. There is a special message, and it's from Kubo himself, as he explains what the Calamity means as the title of the Core 4 anime. He says that in essence, it's the progression of the story of the ones once called the Ryoka. Kubo is then asked about what he looks forward to the most in the final part of the Bleach anime. He says that Core 4 largely expands the story, and he's looking forward to seeing seeing it in its completion, and as such he feels that he needs to supervise it closely. The amount that he has supervised across all of Core 1 to 3 combined is equal to what he is doing for Core 4 so far. So this means again, yes, over 50% of Core 4 will be anime original stuff that none of us have ever seen before. He adds that a lot of test scenes were done for Core 4, so it's been interesting to see it all. And in terms of some of the storyboards that he has drawn for Core 4, he wonders whether if the anime staff can fit everything within one episode, but they always accomplish it, and he is praying for the animators to continue succeeding and exceeding his expectations. And in terms of Core 4, the character that Kubo wants us to look forward to is Ichigo. As he says, he's going to just leave it at Ichigo. He adds that he knows that people had wanted Core 4 to be released this year, and he apologizes, but he says that he promises it's going to be worth it as he thanks everybody. Okay, so that officially brings us to the end of the BLEACH 1000 Year Blood War Anime Expo panel for 2025. Now, I do have to look back at what Viz had advertised this panel as they say that they're going to showcase exclusive content, which ended up being the key visual. Special commentaries, yes, we did have some cool commentary from Taguchi Murata, Masashi Kudo, and lastly Kubo, which at least was worth the price of admission. Yeah, it is kind of disappointing. I was at the very minimum expecting a teaser trailer. I guess they are saving the proper trailers for next year or jump faster in December. Once again, I do want to give a massive thanks to the Weebs Guild, who's kept us informed with his live tweets from the 1000 Year Blood War Anime Expo panel. So yeah, that's everything that I have for Bleach at Anime Expo 2025. Let me know all of your thoughts. I mean, again, all of the information was leaked the day before. It was nice to hear those comments from Taguchi Murata, Kudo, and Kubo at the end, but again, they're not giving anything away, so we've just got to wait until 2026. Do be sure to subscribe to the channel for the latest Bleach news, and as always, thanks for making it to the end of this one, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video.
A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.